Would you pay more sales tax again to rehab the convention center? A landmark Louisville riverboat in jeopardy after springing a leak. And the people who fly United Parcel now making their demands known.
At 11 o'clock, this is 9 News.
Good evening. Would you vote to spend more of your money to build a bigger and better convention center? Well, tonight there's a move toward that in Hamilton County. As Lynn Giroux found out, while everyone agrees the expansion is needed, no one is quite sure how to pay for it.
There's been a lot of economic development in Cincinnati in the past few years. The addition of a world-class art center. A new Lazarus will soon be open for business. And voters gave the go-ahead to build 2 new stadiums. But Mike Wilson, president of the Cincinnati Convention and Visitors Bureau, says something's missing. An expanded convention center. More than doubling the space is estimated to bring in another $82 million a year.
It'll also create new economic development with hotel facilities and new entertainment, restaurant, retail outlets that are needed to support it.
The city has already lost $34 million in convention business annually as those conventions move to larger facilities elsewhere. The impact already felt at Ciao Baby Cucina, a restaurant just a few blocks away that gets most of its customers from conventions. A center expansion would directly impact business here.
If you're willing to invest a little bit of money, you're going to get a lot in return. It needs to be funded. We need to move on and compete with the rest of the cities.
But expanding the convention center is a $300 million project. Cash neither the city nor the county has in the coffers. So raising the money will mean raising taxes. One option is hiking the sales tax, yet another ½ cent on the dollar. The Restaurant Association likes that idea, but voters might not.
It is a challenge.
A hotel tax, restaurant tax, and state money are other options.
We're looking at everything. The ½ cent sales tax is something else that's an option and it has to be considered.
Wilson expects to know in a year a funding plan for the center. Meantime, the city will continue to lose millions in convention dollars. In downtown Cincinnati, Lynn Giroux, Channel 9 News.
Shoppers and workers had to be evacuated from a Deer Park mall tonight. A dryer in a dry cleaners at Galbraith and Plainfield Road caught fire. It caused a chemical spill which sent fumes through all of the stores in the mall. The stores are expected to reopen by tomorrow morning. Colerain Township fire investigators now say arson is the likely cause of the Friday night fire at Ann Weigel Elementary. Fire was discovered in several classrooms. Despite the damage, though, school will be open and in session tomorrow at 8 a.m. This is the 5th suspicious fire in a local school since March. And the latest on the riverboat Belle of Louisville is that it is half sunken tonight, but tows and pumps and cranes are keeping it from going down altogether. Take a look at the Belle this afternoon. The longtime Louisville landmark listing to its side from a leak. No one knows where or how it started. Tonight, word is the boat has been stabilized, but no one is sure at this point if it can be shipshape again. The Belle was built in 1914. Well, with the Toyota WEVM fireworks just a week away, some folks already jockeying for position on the Ohio River. A dozen boaters already tied up on the waterfront in Newport. Most of these people have been pulled up here since Thursday, enjoying the view, enjoying river life. They say getting in early is crucial to getting a good spot and view.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
For the view?
For the view, for the atmosphere. I mean, from here you can see everything.
The day of the fireworks is the most fun, but the 10 days that we spend here is just the greatest time on the face of the earth. It's just a lot of fun with boaters, and, you know, we all know each other, and it's just a real good time.
You can enjoy the show in the comfort of your own home if you can't make it down to the riverfront. Join us next Sunday as we bring you the end of summer blast and bash from 8 to 10 p.m. That's next Sunday for Riverfest 97 live. No let up to the pressure on management at UPS. First drivers struck, now pilots are threatening to leave all the planes sitting like these here in Louisville. Tonight, UPS officials say they've made a final offer to union pilots. 2,000 pilots will vote on it this week. And federal food inspectors now looking at the practice of feeding chicken manure to beef cattle as a possible source of E. coli contamination at Hudson Foods. Cows normally graze on grass, but many farmers these days feed their herds chicken manure. Health officials say the manure could contain dangerous bacteria that ends up in your hamburger unless it's properly treated. There's also concern because animal feed manufacturers are now experimenting with dehydrated food garbage, human sewage, and other manures as cattle feed. And John and Patsy Ramsey placed another full-page ad in Boulder's daily newspaper today. It's similar to last week's, comparing lines in the purported ransom note to lines from movies. Some experts say the Ramseys are going to great lengths to distract attention from themselves. One defense attorney says it's direct mail advertising to the jury pool. 6-year-old Jean-Benet Ramsey was found strangled in the family's basement the day after Christmas. By the way, public feedback to these ads in Boulder has been very negative. Good news from Washington State. A child taken from this hospital has been found and is reunited with his parents. The day-old baby abducted last night. He was found in a cardboard box near a convenience store. One woman has been arrested. No motive established yet. And controversy tonight over a cellular tower and what effect, if any, it may have on nearby school children. The tower sits just feet from the playground at Cardinal Pacelli Elementary School. Some parishioners, like the Emmerts, who are planning to send their daughter to the school next year, are concerned it could hurt their child.
You have enough worries when you send your children to school every day. You shouldn't have to worry about radiation from a tower in the winter if ice is going to drop off and hit a child. There's a lot of unknowns about these towers, and they really don't belong around school children.
The church says it looked at studies before allowing the tower to be built. They say they'll now have to look at more studies before deciding if it should come down. Speaking of school, youngsters and families in the West End enjoying a back-to-school event at Burnett Woods this afternoon. Several West End groups encouraging young people to have good feelings about going back to class. Games, health information, and picnics all a part of the day. And tonight, the Taste of Blue Ash, wrapping up another successful year. These sounds from the wonderful band Impact. They helped 25 food vendors and thousands of tasters wind down tonight. Look for Impact, by the way, live right here on ABC 9 next Sunday at 8 during our coverage of Riverfest and the Toyota WEBN fireworks. Much more ahead tonight on 9 News. Coming up.